Yo, what's good, family? Welcome back to Street Ethics TV Podcast. Real stories, raw talent, no filter. I'm your host, 323 Committee Tay, and today we talking about something powerful, something every person has the ability to do, but not every person chooses to. Episode 20, The Art of Reinvention, Street Stories of Transformation. See, a lot of people think your past decides your future. A lot of people think once you're labeled, that's it. Once you've made mistakes, that's it. Once you've hit rock bottom, that's it. But today's episode is about proving that idea wrong. Because reinventing isn't about pretending your past never happened. It's about refusing to let your past control what happens next. You are not your worst day. Let's start here. One of the biggest lies people believe is that they are permanently defined by their lowest moment. The streets got a long memory. People remember your mistakes. People remember your failures. People remember when you failed. But here's the question. Do you remember your potential? Because that's what really matters. Too many people spend years carrying around old versions of themselves. The old habits, the old mindset, the old identity, even after they've outgrown it. Listen carefully. Just because that's who you were, doesn't mean that's who you are. Why do change makes people uncomfortable? Here's something nobody talks about. Sometimes the people around you get uncomfortable when you start growing. They knew the old you, the struggling you, the reckless you, the version of you they understood. But when you start changing, when you start leveling up, when you start thinking differently, some people don't celebrate it. They question it, they criticize it, they even try to pull you back. Why? Because your growth reminds them of what they're avoiding. Never apologize for becoming a better version of yourself. Never. The power of a new mindset. Every transformation starts in one place, the mind. Before your life changes, your thinking changes. Before your habits change, your thinking changes. Before your future changes, your thinking changes. That's why mindset matters. If you still think like the person you used to be, you will keep creating the same results. But when you change your perspective, everything starts moving differently. Your environment may stay the same, your circumstances may stay the same, but the way you respond, that's where transformation begins. The real invention takes work. Now let's be real. Reinvention sounds good, but it ain't easy. It requires discipline, consistency, accountability, patience. Everybody wants the transformation. Few people want the process. You don't reinvent yourself in a day. You reinvent yourself through daily decisions. The choice to think differently, the choice to move differently, the choice to stop making excuses. Small choices, repeated consistently. That's how lives change. Your next chapter is waiting. Let me talk directly to somebody listening right now. Maybe you're trying to change. Maybe you're trying to leave old habits behind. Maybe you're trying to build something bigger than your past. Good. Keep going, because your next chapter doesn't care where you started. It cares whether you're willing to keep moving. You don't need permission to grow. You don't need approval to improve. You definitely don't need to stay stuck just because somebody else expects you to. Now y'all know on our show, Street Ethics TV Podcast, we feature a 10-question Q&A that we always ask our audience every episode. So right after this commercial break, we're going to dive right into that. Let's go.
Hey Music World, listen up. Street Ethics Music Syndicate is back with hot new music. Be on the lookout for our artists' singles, mixtapes, and albums on the way. And did you all know that we sponsor Street Ethics TV Podcast? Can't wait until Season 2 Street Ethics TV Podcast. Longer episodes coming soon in Season 2. Street Ethics Music Syndicate new music coming soon. Street Ethics TV Podcast live streams on Podbean, YouTube, and Twitch Fridays 8 p.m. through 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Follow Thorned Hearts on Instagram. New spring, summer, fall, and winter clothing collections coming soon. Men's, women, and children all sizes. And guess what? We are proud partners of Street Ethics Music Syndicate. Tap and be on the lookout for thorned hearts.
Oh my god.
You live with Street Ethics TV Podcast and Street Ethics Music Syndicate Studios. Tap in.
Yo, what's good, fam? We back at Street Ethics TV Podcast, and we're gonna dive right into our 10-question Q&A that we feature on our show. Question 1. Do you believe people can truly reinvent themselves, or do you think the past always follows them, and why? Question 2. What was one moment in your life that forced you to change your mindset or direction? Question 3. Have you ever had to walk away from people, places, or habits to become a better version of yourself? Question 4. Why do you think some people support your growth while others seem to resist it? Question 5. What's the biggest obstacle you've had to overcome while trying to change your life? Question 6. Do you believe your environment shapes your future, or can determination overcome any environment? Question 7. What does personal growth look like to you today compared to 5 years ago? Question 8. If you could go back and give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be? Question 9. What daily habit has made the biggest positive difference in your life? And question 10, our last question of the day. What does reinvention mean to you, and what chapter of your life are you writing right now? We appreciate everybody that's been rocking with the Street Ethics TV Podcast. We want to hear your answers. Join the conversation, share your story, and let us know your thoughts. Your experience could inspire somebody else who is listening. Remember, your past may explain your story, but it doesn't have to define your future. We'll see y'all on the next episode. And hold up, before we go, I want y'all to remember this. Your past can teach you, your past can shape you, but your past does not own you. Remember that. The best version of yourself might still be ahead of you. This is 323 Community, Street Ethics TV Podcast, real stories, raw talent, no filter. And like I said, we'll catch y'all on the next one. We out. Leave your answers and comments in the comment section of this episode. And if you have any questions about today's show or any questions about today's Q&A, leave your comments in the comment section also, so we can chat and chop it up on our next episode of Street Ethics TV Podcast. Subscribe to Street Ethics TV Podcast on our YouTube channel and follow Street Ethics TV Podcast right here on Spotify.